Is Kubernetes enough to run modern AI workload at enterprise scale? Spoiler alert, it can be great, but only when paired with tools that are purpose-built for LLM inference and app integration. But what we like to call here is today is all about the need, what the enterprises need for the AI workload as well, because the cost is skyrocketing at this moment of time. There is a subscription model being always more expensive than ever in the cloud. And as a community, as an enterprise, as an individual customer, we like to trim our costs down.
There's a variety of ways that we use to optimize a model. But the challenge that we're having actually in industry right now is that you can actually kind of take this back to some of the same challenges we had in the early aughts around just regular applications. And that is these AI workloads are starting to become more monolithic in size. And the challenge that we were seeing is, well, how do we effectively distribute this across a cluster like within Kubernetes? So the idea here is really breaking up that container and the LLM into its parts and making that a first-class citizen within Kubernetes. So a lot of the ideas around this was because of these challenges that we're seeing in industry, the need for LLMD. So what we realized is that we actually needed a new community focused just around this disaggregation of the AI, splitting this AI up into its parts, making it a first-class citizen within Kubernetes, and optimizing.
And if you run them on one pod, you need a tremendous amount of CPU, GPU, and memory. And let's be honest, not all the enterprises has those costs to run those LLMs. Like you can distribute those and run some functionality on some compute devices. And sometimes you don't need you can actually distribute in a way that the cost can be trimmed down as well.
And especially when we start talking about larger context sizes too, this is where being able to split everything up effectively like LLMD does makes it extremely more optimal for our end users. And it makes it a lot better costs. And we are actually seeing significant cost savings tied to a lot of these approaches as well when we start splitting it up. Because now GPU idling. Well, now you have it disaggregated where it's basically going to use what it needs because it's now been sized correctly based off of those resources. So I think this really goes into the heart of what LLMD is about, what it's doing for Red Hat customers, what it's doing for the community as a whole within Kubernetes.